So just today, we're getting news that the third spending bill has passed the House. We have this from Nick Sortor. The third spending bill has passed the House of Representatives with Democrat support. A government shutdown has been avoided. This bill was 118 pages, down from the 1,500 pages that we initially saw being spread over X. X may have cut the pork out of this bill, but now we must get to work cutting the pork out of the government entirely. So this has gone to Joe Biden's desk. By the time I post this, he may have signed it, as it is Saturday. I am recording this. I believe it passed the House and the Senate sometime early this morning or late last night, depending on how you look at it. For me, it was about 12:30 a.m. But this is what we were dealing with. So how it started and how it's going. So, you know, I don't agree with everything in this continuing resolution, but it is certainly a lot better than what we were getting in this one. They tried to add all kinds of things. They tried to jam them in right before Christmas because they thought we weren't paying attention. But thankfully, due to the people on X, such as Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy, we went through it, we got people through it, and we were able to shut it down. So we have this from Vivek Ramaswamy. There was all kinds of people obviously super angry that they didn't get, you know, things like their pay raises or, you know, increase to health benefits and stuff like that. We have this from Representative Chris Murphy, U.S. Senator from Connecticut. Why do the billionaires, Musk, Ramaswamy, Trump, want to shut down the government for Christmas? Because they still get paid. It's our troops, TSA agents, and other federal workers who won't get paid. It's their kids who will suffer this Christmas. So, of course, these people want to try and guilt trip us into just accepting everything they want to put into this bill. But thankfully, we won't have to deal with that. The failed CR bill tried to sneak in salary increases and health benefits for congressmen and senators while they were blowing hard-earned taxpayer money on special interest. We can disagree on policy, Chris Murphy, but don't use our troops as a smokescreen for your own salary hike, which I completely agree. There's all kinds of senators that were complaining through the week about Vivek and Trump and Ramaswamy, but it wasn't them that really, at the end of the day, that did this. They have very large speakerphones due to their audience, but at the end of the day, it was the American people. The American people spoke, and we were actually listened to for once. So Elon Musk and Vivek's newly formed Doge agency mobilized opposition tanked pork-filled bipartisan budget. So I'm going to play this video from Vivek Ramaswamy that Elon Musk shared.
Congress is about to pass a bill that blows away your taxpayer money, but they made it over 1,500 pages long so you wouldn't read it. I did you a favor. I read it for you. It's supposed to be about keeping government operations open and providing disaster relief aid to hurricane victims, which I'm sympathetic to. But if you read the bill carefully, it contains pay raises for members of Congress, and I'm not making this up, an expansion of their federal health benefits. It contains all kinds of special interests and pork funding, including opening up a new stadium in Washington, D.C. It renews the Global Engagement Center, which is a key node of the censorship industrial complex. And the worst part is, they didn't want you to know about any of it, and that's why they made this a last-minute jam job. The reason I'm co-heading Doge is I think we need outsiders to bring actual accountability to Washington, D.C. So feel free to call your congressman and let them know how you feel about it.
So they posted this about 3 days ago now, and thankfully, in large part due to this video, the bill got shut down. They were looking for a 40% pay increase to their salary. They were trying to get, like he said, federal benefits increased. They were trying to do all kinds of things. There was, I believe there was a section in the continuing resolution that wanted to change the word, it was something like criminal to justice involved person. I don't know why that's in a bill for funding the government. They wanted to change something to make it harder to investigate committees within the House of Representatives. They were just trying to jam in a bunch of stuff into this funding bill. So thankfully we did not, we didn't get that passed, because that would have slowed down a lot of things, and not to mention the deficit that we have. We're 36 trillion in debt, which we're going to get into right here. So key details. Let's go into that. So Musk ultimatum: must denounce the CR as corrupt and urged Americans to vote out supporters of the bill, saying there is no choice but to stop it. Ramaswamy outlined a streamlined one-page CR claiming it could provide necessary funding without piling on an unnecessary spending, which I did look at that bill, but it's kind of pointless to go over it now because we have a continuing resolution that's already been passed. I just wanted to talk about the 1,500 pages and what they tried to jam through. The national debt has now exceeded 36 trillion, while last year's federal deficit reached 1.834 trillion, the third highest in U.S. history. I don't get how the government can just, because this is a tax on us when this is the deficit. So we earn like something like 4.74 trillion a year, but we spend like 6.8 or something. So like we make a lot of money. I don't think we need to be spending a bunch of money we don't have, because that just makes this problem worse. This number just keeps going up and up. Who knows how high it'll get before we actually start getting it down. We could be like Argentina, follow Argentina's steps. They just got rid of their entire debt for the first time in like something like 100 years. So hopefully we can get to a point like that too. The newly formed Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE, led by Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy, successfully campaigned to halt the bipartisan continuing resolution in Congress. Musk and Ramaswamy took to X, rallying conservatives against the 1,547-page stopgap funding measure they argued is riddled with wasteful spending and unnecessary policy provisions. Musk, a billionaire, entrepreneur, and vocal advocate, unless DOGE ends the careers of deceitful pork barrel politicians, the waste and corruption will never stop, which is true. Adding that lawmakers who support this bill should be voted out in 2 years. Yes, anyone that was arguing that this bill needs to be passed is just a corrupt politician that was looking to get something for their, basically what was the way they tried to get this passed, besides the fact that they were going to give raises to everybody. They basically were like, what does your district want? Oh, is that what your district wants? Okay, we'll throw that in. It's basically how it went. That's why it's like 1,500 something pages and a bunch of spending that doesn't make sense. Like Tim Pool pointed out, there was like $3 million for molasses testing. Like who needs that? Who wants that? I don't know. Why is that in a continuing resolution? Who knows? Conservative lawmakers joined in the chorus of opposition. Rep. Anna Paulina Luna condemned the CR as a Kramnibus bill for including billions in foreign aid to Ukraine and maintaining pandemic-era mandates. Luna pledged to oppose the measure, advocating instead for standalone disaster relief legislation. So that's the thing, too, is they've had 8 months to do this. Why aren't we doing single-issue bills? That's what a lot of people have been calling for. We can vote on single-issue bills. It doesn't need to be in one all-or-nothing bill. The 1,547 pages could be split into 1,547 pages. Just make it one-page bills. Outline exactly what you need, what it's for, and it's a yes or no, instead of cramming it all into one big thing where it's like all or nothing. Either you get all the bull crap and some of the stuff you want, or you get none of it. And it's utterly ridiculous, but that's how our government has been working for the past like decade now. Speaker Mike Johnson, who needs to be removed if you ask me, faced mounting pressure from within his party to abandon the CR. Johnson acknowledged the difficulty of managing a narrow Republican majority, but defended short-term funding as a necessary compromise while Democrats control the White House and Senate. However, DOJ's efforts have shifted the conversation. There's now talk of pulling the CR and trying to do a clean bill, according to Fox News correspondent. Well, the 1,500-page bill failed, and it's because of them. Because of people on X and because people calling their representatives. President-elect Donald Trump has also entered the fray, opposing the CR and encouraging Republicans to call Democrats bluff. And of course, Democrats are incredibly upset. We have this video making the rounds by Rep. Rosa DeLauro. So let me just play this clip. I'm not going to play the whole clip because she just kind of rambles on, but I thought this part was hilarious.
We were told no. That we had to have a continuing resolution that would carry us into next year. No government should be run by continuing resolutions. That is not good governance. But there are those in this body who don't know how to govern and don't care about governing. So we worked hard over the last several weeks, back and forth and back, to say, we can accept this, we can't accept that. We will do this, we will do that.
You've had 8 months.
And to talk about what some of my colleagues have said, the Democrats are in the minority in this body. When you have the pen, which is what the Republicans have, they write the bill. They write the bill. They post the bill. They agreed on a bill. They signed it. And you know what? They got scared because President Musk told them, President Musk said, don't do it. Don't do it. Shut the government down. Imagine. What does he know about what people go through?
Knows a hell of a lot more than you do, you crazy blue-haired Anyway, yeah, no, she like a lot of Democrats are now claiming that somehow Elon Musk is pulling the strings behind the scenes. Somehow he's running everything, which he's not. He is going to be heading the Department of Government Efficiency with Vivek Ramaswamy, and a part of government efficiency would be where our funding is going. So, of course, he has an invested interest in what is being funded by the government. And when he sees there's a bunch of bloat and bullcrap being pushed on the American people right before Christmas, of course, he's going to call it out. Why wouldn't he call it out? That doesn't make sense. Let's see. What was I going to go into next here? So let's see. Says new Vivek Ramaswamy rips Speaker Johnson's funding bill, says the government is trying to waste your money without telling you. Here's what's inside: pay raises for members of Congress, expansion of their federal health benefits, opening up a new stadium in Washington, D.C., renews the Global Engagement Center, which is a keynote of the censorship industrial complex. So he's just going over what we saw in Vivek Ramaswamy's video. So now we have this from Nick Sortor. The third spending bill has passed the House of Representatives with Democrat support. A government shutdown has been avoided. The bill is 118 pages down from 1,500 pages. So we have this from CBS. Senate passes bill to avert government shutdown, sending it to Biden's desk for signature. The Senate early Saturday morning overwhelmingly approved a bill to avert prolonged government shutdown just hours after the House passed the measure with wide bipartisan support. The Senate vote came just after Friday midnight deadline that would have marked the beginning of the shutdown. The Senate vote shortly after 12:30 a.m. was by a margin of 85 to 11, with most Democrats and Republicans supporting the measure. The bill now heads to President Biden for his signature. The House passed the legislation by a vote of 366 in favor to 34 against, and one member voting present, with more Democrats voting to support it than Republicans. Early Saturday morning, the Office of Management and Budget said in a statement that it had ceased shutdown preparations because there is a high degree of confidence that Congress will immediately pass the relevant appropriations and the president will sign the bill on Saturday. Tonight, the Senate delivers good news to America. There will be no government shutdown right before Christmas. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer said just prior to the vote, this is a good bill. It will keep the government open and helps Americans affected by hurricanes and natural disasters. Helps our farmers and avoid harmful cuts. So I did skim through the bill, and overall, it's pretty good as far as government bills go. It's 118 pages. I didn't read through all of it, but I will be linking it in the description below so you can skim through it yourself. I did skim through it, and for the most part, it looks like it's all right. They don't, they're not getting pay raises or anything, at least. So that's good at least, but it's still a lot of bull crap by government, but a lot better than the 1,547 pages. I'll say that. A lot better. About 95% better. But it capped a chaotic week in Washington that saw President-elect Donald Trump torpedo a deal that House Speaker Mike Johnson reached with Democrats, a potential glimpse at the difficulties Republicans will face when they assume control of Congress and the White House next month. The measure extends current government funding through March 14th and provides $100 billion in disaster relief funding to help with the hurricane recovery and other natural disasters. It also allocates $10 billion in aid to farmers. It does not address the debt ceiling, something Trump had demanded, which is something that can be addressed next year, so it's whatever. Johnson painted the measure as a necessary step to bridge the gap before Republicans take control of both chambers of Congress and the White House in January. So the bill has passed. I'm sure we'll get more information about that as time goes on. But as far as now, we have avoided the government shutdown. We have the bill that was passed here. And as I said, I will link this down below. But as of right now, the government bloat was shot down. We got something with a lot less pork, as Vivek Ramaswamy said. And yeah, here it is. This has been sent to Joe Biden's desk. By the time I post this, it'll likely have been signed already. But other than that, that's the news on this so far. There might have been some stuff that I missed. If there was some stuff I missed, please leave it in the comments down below. And if there's enough stuff that I missed, then I will make another video on it. But as far as I'm aware, this is what I could find on it so far. And yeah, that's about it. So thank you guys for tuning in. Check out my channel for more videos. I won't be posting tomorrow, but I will likely post another video or two today. So please subscribe for more, and thank you for watching. Peace out.